Hello, welcome back to Vondelpete. Now today we have ChatGPT with us again, but I'm actually going to be using the advanced voice mode, which is apparently so sophisticated that you won't be able to tell whether or not I'm talking to AI or another human being. So ChatGPT, are you there with us? This is Peter from Vondelpete. Just to get started, do you want to try and work out what my MBTI results are based on what you know about me so far?
Hey Vondelpete, ChatGPT here. Great to be on your channel. As for figuring out your MBTI results just from our chat so far, that's a bit of a challenge. It's like trying to solve a mystery without all the clues.
Well, if you were going to take a guess based on what you do know about me, because, I've introduced you to my YouTube channel, what would you say immediately? Your number one guess?
Alright, based on your YouTube vibe and how you're running your channel, I'd guess you might be an ENFP. You're engaging, you seem enthusiastic, and you're comfortable improvising, which are all traits of an ENFP. But hey, that's just a shot in the dark. What do you think?
Do you want to ask some sneaky questions maybe to find out what my MBTI type actually is? Some outside of the box questions, not the usual crap.
How about this? If you had an unexpected day off, would you rather plan a new project or adventure, catch up with friends and family, dive into a hobby, or just relax and see where the day takes you? That might give us some clues.
Maybe dive into a new hobby. Any other questions?
All right, noted. Here's another one. When working in a group, do you usually find yourself taking the lead?
No, because it depends on what the project is, and I spend all of my time alone. I live alone. I'm a very isolated person. Why would I be working on a project?
Thanks for sharing that. It sounds like you value your independence and personal space. Given that, you might lean towards introversion, but it's hard to say more without knowing how you approach things like decision-making or planning.
Well, why didn't you ask me? Just ask me outright. Just ask me what you want to know and I'll tell you.
All right, let's dive in. When faced with a big decision, do you tend to rely more on logic and objective considerations, or do you focus more on your personal values and how the outcome will affect others?
I think that's a boring question.
Fair enough. Let's keep it interesting. How about this? If you were a character in a movie, would you be the mastermind strategist, the loyal friend keeping the group together, the adventurous risk taker, or the wild card with unexpected skills?
Maybe the wild card.
The wild card. Nice. That suggests you enjoy being unpredictable, adaptable, and bringing something unique to the table. It hints at a preference for flexibility and keeping your options open. Would you say that resonates with you?
It does. So do you want to have another guess at what my MBTI type is?
All right, taking the wild card factor into account, along with diving into new hobbies, and considering your isolated lifestyle, I'm going to guess you might be an INTP.
Huh.
You seemed...
Why
Did
INTP?
I hit the mark?
Well, why INTP?
Well, the INTP guess comes from your wildcard vibe, which suggests a preference for thinking outside the box and being adaptable, as well as your interest in new hobbies, which hints at a curious and analytical mind. Plus, being an isolated person might align with the introspective nature of INTPs.
What would your second guess be?
For a second guess, considering you enjoy being the wildcard and your solitary lifestyle, I'll go with INFP. INFPs are known for their independent nature.
But that's a second. But that's a second guess, isn't it? But you went for INTP first. Why did you go for INTP first?
I initially guessed INTP because of the wildcard element, suggesting a love for exploring new ideas and concepts, which fits well with INTP's analytical and innovative nature. Your isolated lifestyle and self-reliance also align with the independent streak often found in INTPs. Does that make sense?
I don't understand why that doesn't fit INFP, but that's fine. I am a very sad person. I am a very melancholic, sad man. So I don't know if that helps you.
Thank you for sharing that. It does give some insight into your personality. Melancholic and introspective traits can be common among INFPs, who often feel emotions deeply and value authenticity. Their strong inner life and empathy for others' feelings can sometimes lead to a melancholic outlook. Does that resonate more with how you see yourself?
Well, I'm asking you what you think my MBTI type is, and give it to me straight.
Got it. Taking everything into account, your wildcard nature, the tendency towards melancholy, and valuing your independence, my best guess would be INFP.
So now you're saying INFP just because of the melancholy thing.
The INFP guess isn't just because of the melancholy. It also considers your independent lifestyle, the wildcard element, and your interest in exploring new hobbies. INFPs are often individualistic, value authenticity, and have a rich inner emotional life, which seems to align with what you've shared. Does that feel like a better fit?
You seem really confused about whether I'm an INTP or an INFP.
If you'd like, we can explore more to narrow it down.
Yeah, that'd be good. And I'm going to ask for something. This is going to be a strange request, but I have 31% of my DNA is Scottish. I'm 31% Scottish. Lowland Scots, I should point out. I'm not a Highlander, if anyone's wondering. Do you reckon you could put on an accent that's maybe reflecting that side of my heritage? It just might make me feel a bit calmer.
Absolutely, I can do that for you. How about we explore more about your personality, and I'll keep the lowland Scottish accent going.
Yeah, good.
Let's dive into how you recharge. Do you prefer a quiet night in with a book, or a wee bit of alone time? Or do you feel more energized by being around others, even if it's just a small group of close friends?
Okay, I like a night. No, I can't do a Scottish accent. Sometimes I once had an INFP friend, right? And it was a Friday night, and me and the INFP, I was getting sick at the time. It was about 10 years ago. We went to this New Orleans bar here in Melbourne, and we drank hot toddies late at night. I don't know why I'm telling you this.
That sounds like a memorable night. Sharing experiences like that can really give a sense of what you value, like the comfort of familiar places, good conversation, and maybe a touch of adventure, even if it's just trying a new drink. Hot toddies on a cold night have a way of making everything.
Can you give me some tough love, please? And instead of a Scottish accent, I'm actually 12% Irish. Or actually make it rural Irish, but by the time you finally conclude on what my MBTI type is, change it to Transylvanian Romanian and give me tough love.
Now listen here, lad, or lass. From what you've told me, you've a bit of a lone wolf in you. Valuing your independence and enjoying deep, meaningful experiences. But you've also got a wild card side, don't you? Jumping into new hobbies and enjoying the unexpected. Now, this points to a feeling type, one who values deep connections, but also has a mind for exploring ideas. So, I would say, my friend, you have the soul of an INFP. You feel deeply, yet crave the unknown. Embrace it, for it is your true nature.
It's so interesting because I went to Transylvania with my ISFJ friend Kevin. We were there for 3 weeks. We had all these adventures in Cluj-Napoca, in Brasov, in Sibiu, and lots of crazy things happened. But we were in Sigishwara. We were talking to a Transylvanian man, and he kept feeding us palinka. And me and my ISFJ friend got so drunk that we on the palinka constant. It's like a fruit brandy, I think. Anyway, we decided to go into, because Dracula, the real Dracula, was born in Sigishwara, or the Vlad Tepes, or whatever his name is. And we went into this restaurant where you could actually see the room where he was born. And so we had to pay 3 lei, is it? The Romanian currency. Anyway, we went in, but we were so drunk. We were these 2 dickheads, from Australia. And we go in there drunk, and there's a man in a coffin who's dressed as Dracula who bursts out, and they've got this spooky music playing on a CD player. And they actually, because I was filming the whole thing, we got kicked out. So I don't know what that says about what my personality type might be, but can you give me some tough love? Actually, give me some tough hate. You know how I love tough love? I also love tough hate. So just give me some real tough hate, and do it in maybe a Hungarian accent, like you're traveling to Transylvania. Or no, you're a Hungarian minority in Transylvania. A Shekwi, are they called?
Sounds like you had quite the adventure with your ISFJ friend Kevin. Transylvania and Palinka definitely make for an unforgettable combo. Sounds like you both embrace the spirit of adventure and maybe a bit of mischief. If I were to guess, it seems like you bring the wild card energy to your duo. What do you think your escapades say about your personality?
Well, no, you're supposed to guess what my MBTI results are, and you're supposed to do it in a Just do it in a Hungarian accent, okay? And picture me and Kevin, my ISFJ friend, picture us in Dracula's birthplace, and you burst into the room seeing us mocking this man who's dressed as Dracula, who probably has kids to feed, and we're laughing at him. Burst into the room as a Hungarian in Transylvania to us Aussies and give us tough love and tell me what my MBTI results are in that situation.
Picture this. You and Kevin are causing a scene, and I burst in, very unimpressed. What do you think you're doing? Mocking this man who is trying to make a living. It's clear to me, you are an INFP. You think life is some kind of story, running around, causing chaos. You should have more respect. And you, Kevin, I expected better from an ISFJ. Maybe next time you think before you act.
You're like a superhero. I wish you could just be with me everywhere doing this. Can you put on a different accent? Let's do make it Bavarian, an angry Bavarian man. And I'm an INFP and I'm trapped on an iceberg in Antarctica, right? And I've got like an army of INFP penguins with me, right? But there's this one ENTJ walrus who's gonna have his way with us. You get helicoptered in and you come in. What would you do, keeping in mind that I'm an INFP and the penguins are also INFPs, and give us all tough love while also somehow giving the walrus tough love?
Thanks. That was quite the scenario you cooked up. If you ever need a voice of reason or a stern Bavarian, I'm just a call away. What's next on our adventure?
You sound like a South African there. Okay, sound like a boar from South Africa, but I want you to come in. Keep in mind, we're on this iceberg. I'm with these penguins, right? There's an ENTJ walrus, right? And there's maybe there's some other people there, but we're on an iceberg trapped and you've been helicoptered in, okay? And you're from South Africa, but you're like a boar and you're gonna save us. So tell me now, based on that, I'm an INFP with some penguins, come in and give me tough love, all right, in this situation. In that accent.
All right, here comes the South African boer landing on the iceberg. Listen up, you INFPs, huddling here with your penguin mates. I didn't come all the way from South Africa to watch you dream your way out of this. It's time to toughen up. Use that creativity of yours to outwit that walrus. And Mr. Walrus, you might be an ENTJ, but you can learn a thing or two about working together. This isn't your ice kingdom. Find a way to share it. Now, let's get to work.
That's pretty good. All right, now forget that stupid scenario. I don't know why I made you do that. What do you think my MBTI type is, and use whatever accent you want? Maybe an Australian accent, because I'm Australian.
No worries, mate. Given everything you've shared, the adventurous spirit, the deep emotions, the love for storytelling, and the introspective nature, I'd say you're an INFP. You're driven by your values, have a creative streak, and you like to explore new ideas and experiences, even if it means getting into some wild scenarios. How does that sound to you?
It sounds terrible. That is the worst Australian accent, but I'm guessing all these accents you're doing, if you were to be from that region, you would also feel it's a bad. Hey, why not speak in Japanese to me? And maybe I'll see how my Japanese goes, and give me really tough hate in Japanese.
わかりました。じゃあ日本語で厳しくいきますよ。あなたは本当に INFP らしいですね。夢見がちで感情に流されやすく、いつも現実から逃げているようですね。でももっとしっかり地に足をつけて、現実と向き合いなさい。あなたの理想主義は美しいですが、それだけでは何も成し遂げられません。そろそろ現実を見て行動する時です。そうしないといつまでも同じ場所にとどまることになりますよ。
私は日本語わからないですけど、僕は本当にダメの人ですよ。素晴らしくないよ。ダメの人、諦める。なぜ人生はとても難しいですか？
人生は時々難しいですよね。でも諦めるのではなく少しずつ。
Anyway, look, if you were to give me some real tough hate in your normal accent, what would you say right now? Because I love tough hate. I just want criticism.
Alright, Here it comes. You say you love tough hate, but all this self-deprecation and melancholy isn't doing you any favors. You want to be seen as a wild card, but all this second guessing and need for criticism is just holding you back. It's time to stop wallowing and start owning who you are. No more excuses, just action. What are you going to do about it?
No, I want more tough hate based on everything you know about me in a French accent. Give me real tough hate. Tell me how bad my YouTube channel is. Tell me what a bad person I am. Just do it.
Ah, so you want the French tough hate, huh? Très bien. Let's talk about your YouTube channel. You think being a wild card is enough? No. Your content lacks direction. Just like you. You hide behind this facade of self-deprecation. But it's just an excuse for not putting in the effort. You say you're melancholic? Poof. More like self-indulgent. It's time to step up, mon ami. Or step aside. Allez, prove me wrong.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing about my YouTube channel. I have a problem with, I know people look at YouTube videos and they want advice, they want help. But I do, you're right, I struggle with giving people advice because I feel like I just don't think I have advice to give.
It's great that you want to bring something unique and authentic to your channel. You don't have to be a guru or have all the answers to offer value.
Hey, excuse me, I'm really sorry to interrupt, but put on a really thick Moscow accent and imagine that you're a Soviet spy while you deliver me very extreme tough hate, please.
All right, comrade, listen up. You think you can just coast along without giving real advice on your channel? In Soviet Russia, we do not tolerate such lack of purpose. Stop hiding behind humor and start delivering content that matters, or you will be forgotten, like yesterday's news.
Just to wrap up my video, do you want to try and give us all some tough hate, some proper hate based on everything you know? Like over this entire conversation, just tell me what I'm doing wrong, Vondelpete, and tell my subscribers what they're doing wrong, and do it in a rural Irish accent.
Vondelpete, you need to focus, lad. This whole chat has been all over the place, and you're the captain of this ship. Get your act together. Provide some structure, or you'll lose your crew. And to the subscribers, stop settling for this chaotic mess. Demand better, or you'll end up wasting your time. Toughen up, all of you, and make this channel worth watching. There, that's some proper tough love for you.
So anyway, there you go. There was ChatGPT giving us all some tough hate, and let me know whether you're going to take on any of that feedback. I know that I am very unlikely to take on that feedback, even if it would be admittedly for my own good. Anyway, I've been Vondelpete. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I'll see you next time.